Alright, I've been making videos for the past 2 years. Long ones, chops. They're simple, they're free, shorts. Being taught can be a real pain in the travel vlog. Yeah, mic check 1 2 my friend. Hotel reviews.
What's up everyone? This is by far the most expensive.
Documenting what happens at 4:30 in the morning, how I learned French, my cars, you name it. My point is, I've made a lot of videos in the last 2 years. And let me tell you, it's way more difficult than it looks. Today, I want to talk about why so many content creators burn out and what it really takes to survive in this space, especially now when everyone's chasing the creator dream. And hopefully today I can help you avoid some of the traps, or at least be prepared for them. You know, you never know when you want to quit your job and become a content creator. You might need it in the future. To start off, you've probably seen the endless credits rolling at the end of the movie. Dozens of people making one story come alive, just one story. But when you're a solo content creator, it's gonna be
Written by Johnny Chan, directed by Johnny Chan, and edited by Johnny Chan. And of course, starring Johnny Chan.
Yeah boy, everything is gonna be on you. The learning curve is super steep, the working hours are ridiculously long, and you're not getting paid. Alright, let's dial in. Pain starts way before you even hit record. First, equipment. Your camera, full frame APS-C. Lenses. I bought and sold 4 lenses, and I feel I still haven't found the right one. Then you also need a pair of good microphones, and some lights, and a sexy and expensive monitor,
And drones.
The list never ends. And every single item will take you some time to figure out which to get. You're gonna be busy with YouTube reviews. My personal experience is buy within your budget. Remember, the more you buy, the more things you gotta figure out. You feel me? After a bunch of review videos comes a bunch of tutorial videos. If you can only use your phone as a camera, then get a good microphone. Once you've got the tools, you need ideas. What are you gonna film? You need concepts that you find interesting, and at the same time, people might actually want to watch. This part is gonna be very difficult and very frustrating in the beginning, but it gets a bit easier. I mean, just a bit. Let's say after 20 videos. Yeah, 20 sounds like a correct number. All right, I'm gonna share with you guys my secret way to come up with creative ideas, and you will never guess it. It's by taking a long and warm shower. And after that, I'll lie down on my sofa and, I'll just start imagining ideas. Ideas will just come into my mind. I feel that my creative juice pumps up the most when I'm super relaxed. Just to share a quick example of this, one of my very first viral videos where I visited one of the park that's next to my house at 4:30 in the morning was not planned at all.
So I've been hearing people screaming at around 4-ish, 5-ish in the morning.
So I was like, what's that? Then I just put on my cap and just, went out and tried to document it. And it was pretty fun. Yeah, I feel that's a great example of how great ideas kicks in when, you're relaxed and you let your mind run free. So once you've got the idea, now you need to turn it into a workable script along with every single shot. And that is pre-production. So before the actual filming takes place, I've kind of imagined what the film will look like in the end. For instance, this is a script that I wrote for the project with Bulgaria, London. As you can see on the left side, it's gonna be my script. And on the right side, I have all the reference footage that I'll be shooting on the day. And I feel this process, the pre-production process, is very important. All the movies, the talk shows, stand-up comedy, interviews, whatever you see on screen, put tons of time on pre-production. So everything will look natural and smooth. Then comes the most important part of the whole process, filming. And on the day of filming, things can and will get complicated for sure.
I guess this is the behind the scene of a content creator. I'm stuck here.
To start off, how would you frame all the shots? You have at least 50 plus shots, or whatever vlogs or whatever video essay that you're doing. Are you gonna do it in wide, tight, close up? Every kind of shot matters. You're trying to deliver your message, you're trying to deliver the aesthetics, whatever. Everything is through the shots that you're gonna take. So pre-production, if you've done your homework, you know exactly what kind of shots to take. Apart from that, there's the embarrassment, the awkwardness when you have to film yourself in public. Have you ever tried capturing yourself walking by the camera? You have to set it up, adjust the angles because you're alone, and then you walk by it a few times, come back and check the footage and realize it's not what you've imagined. And then you readjust it, and then you walk a couple times again and come back and check the footage. And you do that until you feel good about the footage. And performing that set of actions repeatedly in public can be a bit embarrassing. It always feels super awkward when I have to film myself on a plane because it's always a very tight space. So people really pay attention to what I do. I can't just walk away after the shoot. I will have to embrace the awkwardness for the next 10 hours if I'm flying overseas. But hey, if you want to be a content creator, you gotta embrace awkwardness at all times because you gotta have the capability to pick up the camera and shoot at any given moment. Once you arrive back in the studio, here comes editing, which means reviewing hours of footage, mostly unusable at first. Let's face it, as a beginner, we shoot everything, literally everything. So a lot of footage is gonna be useless. And learning editing software like Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve isn't easy either. Anyhow, now you must turn those messy clips into something watchable with, a catchy hook, tight pacing, engaging transitions, and a gripping story. Otherwise, you lose your audience. Editing is magical. It's like a puzzle. You just gotta start messing with it, and sooner or later, you'll know where that piece of footage belongs to. Posting. You finally made it. You've got your final video that you're ready to share. But here's the harsh truth. The posting stage is actually the hardest part, in my opinion at least. Because after all your effort, viewers only see two things before they click on your video. It is your thumbnail and your title. That's it. No matter how good your video is, no matter how much time you've put into your video, if these two things, the thumbnail and the title, aren't attractive enough, nobody clicks. So all of a sudden you have to also be a really good graphic designer and at the same time a really good headline writing editor. And sometimes I feel there are a lot of pressure when it comes to the thumbnail and the title because you spend like 10 to 20 hours on making that video. And now the thumbnail and the title will determine the life of the entire video or the entire work that you've put in. Just comes down to a thumbnail and a title. Super stressful. Anyways, now that's content creation in a nutshell. And to succeed, you need to repeat this entire process again and again and again. Sometimes you're pouring hundreds of hours into a video and no one clicks. And also there will be other times where you hit 1 million views and desperately trying to replicate that success. And remember, you're not getting paid a penny. Being a solo content creator is really tough, but the more you grind at it, the easier it gets. You'll definitely feel the creative clicks. And when you're in that creative flow, that's a fantastic feeling. And it's also fabulous when I know that there are people out there enjoying my videos as we speak. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao, ciao.
I was born on the south side of the city.